Hello everyone, my name is Amasnimas. How have you been doing? I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce that sentence, but I'm just gonna roll with it. I personally wrote a book. I wrote multiple books, in fact. I wrote this one, which is called The Tome of Eternal Darkness, which is an extension to the other book that I wrote, which is Arendelle. Arendelle is a tabletop role-playing game, and it has rules inside of the book. Like, we can look inside and you have like all the basic element to run an RPG game, role-playing game with your friends in a fantasy setting. So it's similar to Dungeons and Dragons if you needed a reference, but again, each tabletop RPG are slightly different. At least I hope they are, and I hope Arendelle bring its own its own stuff to the table. It's cheaper. It's way cheaper than buying like a D&D book. Like, so if you just want to start playing tabletop RPG, I mean, first of all, if you take the Kindle edition, like with the subscription with Kindle, it's free. So that's cheaper than if you look like basic D&D books, how much they cost. Those aren't what I'm talking about. I'm talking like Wizard of the Coast, D&D books. You know, the classic. Come on, player guide. You know the base. Are they kidding me? Okay, there you go. So I'm talking about these books, and they're like $57 around that price. I'm on the Canadian Amazon, so yeah, $57 seems to be the average price for those books, and I own two of them, hardcover edition, and those are expensive. They did cost a lot, and I don't think necessarily that they're better book to run a campaign, and in fact I would argue that there's too much stuff and it's bloated, and if you just want to have some fun with friends, it might be in the way of the story or game that you're trying to have. And this one, the Tome of Eternal Darkness, is a compendium of spells that you can take inspiration from, but I'm not saying they're ready like to just take as they are and put in your game, because most of the spell that I wrote are broken. And it's by design, because I think it's really fun to have those like very powerful spell, but then it's the task of the DM to depending on the the campaign and the difficulty of the campaign, to gauge and adjust the spell to make them not too overpowered, because the task of the DM, I think, is basically to regulate the flow of the game and have a challenging encounter, and to not let the player become too overpowered while at the same time feeling a sense of progression. So those spells are great for that, and they're also very great if you just want to go all out, break the game. Give some of those spells as they are to the player, and trust me, the player will end the campaign. Those are campaign ending spells. Most of them are broken, and if you just give them to a player, you won't have to wait long for the campaign to end, because those are world breaking spells, most of them. And like I say, there ain't nothing wrong with that. That's by design. That's what's fun about them. I think that a spell that can break the game is very exciting. That's the greatest reward you can give a player. So it's full of them. Like, you got about 200 spells, more than that, and 100 of them are complete with the stats and everything. But some of them are more like flavor text and suggestion of the kind of spell that you could put in a game. And this is, like I said, to go with Arendelle, the book of Arendelle that I wrote, but you can use this in other tabletop RPGs. It should work without much adjusting. I think you can just take the concept of those spells and use them in other games, depending on the type of games. The compatibility is up to you to figure out. So yeah, that's about the book that I wrote. I already showed you in another video, pickpick.cloud, which is the site I made, and you can upload picture to the site. And yeah, that you get three pictures at the same time on the front page, and it's gonna be updated. I'm working on it right now, and I'm not gonna show you in this video the progress I made on the like mobile front of the website, because it's slow progress since I've been writing. Like I think in like a week I wrote three book. Yes, because there's another book that I wrote which I'm not that proud of. Like I said, writing 3 books in a week, it's a lot of work. I use shortcuts sometimes. I gotta admit, I'm gonna be totally frank with that. I'm not gonna reveal all my tricks. But yeah, basically 3 books in a week, still a lot of work, so I didn't have much time to work on pickpick.cloud. But yeah, the other book I wrote is Infinite Realm. I'm gonna be completely, if I can find it, it's new, so it won't appear on the front page, and I haven't paid for an ad. So Monster Legends look very cool. That's the one. So there's Infinite Realms. It ain't complete. It ain't ready yet, to be honest. I'm just gonna update it at some point. But as you can see, like those are the chapters, and it's a small book, and I mean it's cheap. So even if it's not like to my standards, like it's a book. You can read it, and your kid's probably gonna love this. But as an adult with high standards, this is below my standards. This is like, I expect to make content personally that is more, how could I say, more deep than that. This is very surface level story, to my opinion, and I'm very criticizing myself here. I admit this is harsh criticism, but yeah, it's 66 pages, so it's not that much content, but at the same time, it's not an expensive book, and it's a fun, lighthearted adventure. So if that's what you're looking for, you got it. That's what it is. It's a fun, short, lighthearted adventure. And many people don't like tall, big book that never ends. This book is short. So if you're not used to reading that much, this might be a good introduction, a good start. It's easy to read, I'm gonna be honest. That's one of the things I don't like about it. I think it's too simple and the story moves too quick at some point and all that. But at the same time, if you're not used to reading book, as a light lit RPG, light novel, it's very light, so it might be good for that. Like, it hits the demographic of being an easy to read book of fiction. I do like the concept of the Infinite Realms, and I think I will explore in the future this universe in more detail and try to refine the introduction to this world and the main character, because this book needs a little bit of love, and it's going to be great. That's why I criticized it so much, because I know I can make it great. It just needs a little bit of love and time, which currently I don't have that much of. So that's for the update on that front, on the books that I wrote, my website. What else? Well, I wrote a small comment, and I just want to share it with all of you. It's called Fireplace, and that's what it does. It starts some soft music in the background, not too loud, calm music. It plays this video in loop of a fireplace. The music will also loop, and it will shuffle, and it will never be the same song when you start the fireplace command. So this, I have a wide monitor, and I mirror my monitor using my monitor option right here, and this gives me a nice ambience. I close the light, and I have this nice ambience in the background, which is nice. And I can also close the music or just the video, just the music, just the video. And this command is great. How it works, I don't think it wouldn't work on your system, but it's like I used the MPV software twice, and you can see like 1/2 of the command right here. So this is the part that play the music, and you have another part that will just simply play the video of the fireplace in loop, basically with the loop command. And that's pretty much all you need to see. Like, yeah, you get the volume, you get the shuffle function, the directory basically where you put your instrumental music, and you get like the, yeah, those are the 3 main arguments. Sorry. And yeah, so that's the small command I just wrote, and I started playing Dwarf Fortress. I'm just gonna open df hack Dwarf Fortress. Let's move to another workspace. I didn't need that. Let's continue playing. Yep. So I didn't bought the new version of Dwarf Fortress, and I feel a little bit bad about that, but at the same time I'm broke, so I don't have the money, and that's the game I'm playing right now. So one advice I have for new Dwarf Fortress player is, first of all, use df hack. Like I do, have graphics installed as much as you can, and yeah, it's a lot of study to learn how to play the basic of the game. It's not an easy game to play, and one other advice that I have is if you want to have fun, let the game play, like don't pause the game all the time. Let the universe, you know, develop itself, and stuff will happen. Because when you always pause the game, you don't let the game play out, you don't see stuff happens, so you can just let the game play in the background. So I got water in here, as you can see. Like, this is deep water, it's 7 level of water, and if you go up, what you will see, that's quite nice. I'm proud of myself on that one. I did not intend for it to be water in that pit, and as a matter of fact, it kind of break my plan, because I had planned for this to be like a pit where the enemy monster goblins that try to invade the fortress would just like fall in the pit and probably hurt themselves and all that. But now that there's water, I think they can just swim, which, you know, defeats the whole purpose of that trap. This was supposed to be a trap. So I'm just gonna take a look if my thing right here was built. It wasn't. I don't know if there's a reason for that. In the meantime, maybe if I try to build another one, so you do B, there's a lot of shortcut that you need to learn in Dwarf Fortress, and you will. I don't doubt that you will. And like if I do capital T and then I think it's L for a lever, and I can build the other one right here. Enter. There you go. And the lever, there you go. That's my comment that I had. I'm also gonna take a look at what's growing here. It should all be fine. On that front, I got like a pile there, pile of stuff, and the outside world right here. So yeah, once you figure out like a meeting hall and all that, you can disassemble the wagon in which your dwarf like arrived. And yeah, this part right here, I'm not sure what I wanted to build. I want to build a pile of something right here, but I'm not sure what it was. I think it was like furniture, but I'm not sure, 100% sure that was supposed to be furniture or not. But yeah, let's pretend this is all supposed to be furniture. That would make sense. As you can see, I got like a bunch of stuff right here that they built. I got doors, I got like storing device, And I also should place like some more storing device near here, like built them, because right now we have them in stock, but they aren't built. So you got the barrel, but the barrel isn't in use basically unless you place it somewhere. And that means that basically to make like the alcohol, I will probably get like an error message telling me that I don't have a container to place it in. So an easy way to solve this is to make another compartment that will contain barrels in which the alcohol is going to go, because they make the alcohol, but they need to have a place to put the beer and stuff. So that's Dwarf Fortress. Is it a quick game? Like I'm not gonna go like, yeah, can Soul Plant need an unrotten extract beering plants? Okay, so I think what it's telling me is that they need like a place to gather plants, and the outside right here seems like a fine place for that. So I'm not gonna go too far away from the wagon. I'm just gonna select from here to as far as I can. I'm gonna try to find the wagon. There you go. I completely lost the wagon, but it's not a problem. There's a shortcut to recenter the camera around the wagon, so I'm just gonna save this area. I'm not sure if it worked. Yeah, it did. And with I to select the area, and then I want this to be a gather, and also maybe making this yeah, it's just gonna be a place to gather food basically. So yeah, we have that. That's where our people are gonna like look for food and stuff. Okay, that's our wagon that I was talking about, and we got a lot of dwarf, a lot of woods that they cut basically automatically, which is kind of cool, but they need more place to store that wood because the yeah, it's starting to be filled pretty quick, and there's wood in the water here. Starting to rain outside, not that I care much, and there should probably be a door right there, so if I do building door, I'm gonna place one there. Building door, there you go. So that's Dwarf Fortress. You just like look at your fortress, think of what you could change, upgrade, make more efficient. I'm gonna build, so I want another chair. Also I need to build an office for my manager, so that's something that I need to do. A container is H. So at some point you will memorize, I think, most of the basic command and shortcut. Yeah. So you see those are the containers that I have. I'm using a leather bag, and now I'm placing a pigtail bag, and not sure where or when. I have no longer any container, but these will probably suffice like to store the alcohol for a while. Yeah, and we got like a small pile of wood there, but I'm gonna work on the office of right here. We should always have like a mechanic being made, I mean. So it's T 80 80 80 80 80 like this to build a lot of them, but the manager is gonna automate that task basically, so that's why it's important to build him an office as soon as I can. So I'm gonna build it here. It's gonna be 3 by 3, and from here to here. So I'm gonna look if my lever was built, because I can't wait to try the bridge. Add a new task, link to bridge, and now you can select the bridge. So as you can see, it's as complex, if not more complex than Minecraft, but at the same time it's kind of, once you get used to it, it's not that hard, and it's cool that you can, like, without using cable or redstone, connect stuff together. So I got options right here, which I'm not sure what they do, so I'm just gonna enter to use in lever conglomerate mechanism. Like, I'm not sure what that meant. So yeah, add new task, link to bridge, and we're gonna link it to the other bridge, willow bridge, ashen bridge. I'm not sure what's the difference between the two options that I have here. So use and lever, I'm not sure what are these options and what they do. So but what I'm gonna do is add another task, and it's gonna be pull the lever, and I'm just gonna test it out to see if it works. It did not work for some reason, I'm not sure. Add new task, link up a bridge. Okay, and I got like two options right here. Those are the two bridges I have. So I want the first one to be linked up to this one, assign. And third, to use target. Do I need like all of... Okay, I'm not sure. Like, this is a task, so that means that if I like link a building to tree, so I get to wait, I think, for my dwarf to complete the task of linking the bridge first and then press on, and if I want to pull the river back, that would be again P, I think. So they will link the bridge, then pull the river. That should work. I just gotta wait for a dwarf to do its thing. Then if I go back here, conglomerate lever, link to bridge, ashen bridge, conglomerate, link a building, a trig, add new task, pull lever. So yeah, those are the basic tasks. Link to the bridge, pull the lever. I think that because one of them is already pulled, if they finish building them, they will always be out of sync, which means that one will need to be pressed and the other not pressed for the bridge to be down and the inverse for the bridge to be up. So they won't always, they will never be at the same, like if they're pressed together, that will mean that only one side of the bridge will be up. And yeah, I mean, that's not ideal. I would prefer if they were like in sync. So I got a lot of announcement. Cancel drink water source vanished. Blacksmith cancel drink water source vanished. What do they mean the water source vanished? I had the water source somewhere and it vanished? How? I think the only water source I gave them was this one. So if it vanished, I'm just gonna deactivate it then. I mean, they could use the water here. If I can just like, yeah, I would need to build like a path to access it first, and if I do that, basically the water is gonna run down right here. So yeah, that's not ideal. This dwarf, I think he's digging the hole that I planned. Not sure. Nope, he's not. Huh, that's interesting. So what happened if I told them like this is a water source? Oh, there's only one water source. That ain't good. That's not enough. There's a place with more water than that, that's for sure. And this place was the active water source. Still is, I think. Yeah, there's two water sources. It's not that bad. It's better than one, that's for sure. So yeah, there's a lot of new content on like YouTube about Dwarf Fortress. And again, my bridge aren't working. For what reason, I don't know. And that's kind of pissing me off. If you know why my bridge aren't working, just tell me. because I'm quite disappointed. Link bridge, cage, chain, door, floodgate, hatch, wall, grate, floor, grate, link up, vertical bars. Is it because like there's a roof above my bridge? Not sure. I could just remove the roof above the bridge. I don't care. That's not like, again, this would destroy the whole purpose of that bridge, but if it's to make it work, would be nice. I would appreciate my bridge working. So to make that happen, I'm just gonna do DH, press here, move around here, move back up to here. I'm gonna dig out all this parcel of land, which will lead to the bridge, which should now go up because now it can, and there's wood that fell on it. But yeah, I'm very disappointed. I'm not able to make that bridge work. So that will be, I guess, in another video, since it's saving and this video is getting quite long and you probably didn't expect a Dwarf Fortress video based on the start of this video. But yeah, you know, I don't have, some people have, like, when they make video, they have something in mind that they want to show people, and I don't. I just make video about freestyle. It's freestyle video. I don't have a script. I don't plan these out, and that's out of laziness, I'm gonna be honest with you. So yeah, I'm just gonna end that recording right here. Bye bye. You can, you know, do that YouTube stuff if you want. I hate video that reminds me of this, but you know, apparently it helps to remind people to do the liking and subscribing, even though, I mean, it's your free will. You do whatever you want.